Hi, this is Life Coach David. Thanks for listening to the Law of Attraction podcast. And if you're interested in Law of Attraction coaching, you could find me at lifecoachdavid.com. And I hope you're all having lots of wins and you're at a really high vibration. And one of my clients shared with me a major financial manifestation, and that is wonderful. And I'm going to ask her if I can share that on the next podcast because it's a great story involving the law of attraction. And today we're going to get back into reading from Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting by Lynn Grabhorn. And I hope you've been enjoying it. If you're just tuning in now, it's an older book, but the information is still current and valid. And some of her language is a little corny and funny, but the end result is always good information that we can all use to help law of attraction work in our favor. So the section we're going to start with today is called Conditions Don't Mean a Thing. Once you've taken your focus off the condition and started to get that rusty valve cracked open, you're ready to really crank up your want and get excited about it. The shift in focus is away from unpleasant now onto the pleasant want. Away from unpleasant now onto the pleasant want. If all you can muster at first is just a scrap of feel good about what you want, then fine. When you get to having your valve open 20% of the time from focusing on your want, then celebrate. You are headed in the right direction, which sure beats vibrating 100% of the time about a lousy what is. Slowly and slowly, that big chunk of energy that created the condition in the first place is being displaced and replaced by open valve source energy vibrations. Pretty soon you'll be able to vibrate at somewhere around 50-50. 50% on the condition and 50% on something more pleasant. Now you're truly beginning to take control of your life. Sprinklings of your desired changes will start popping up everywhere. But the real fun comes when you get to the point of switching energies at the drop of a hat, the instant you realize you're turned to negative. Now you've jumped up to 60-40, 60% with higher frequencies, 40% on normal, and finally up to 70-30 or even 80-20. At this point, right before your eyes, you'll watch new events, new people, new circumstances pour into your life as if by magic, one right after the other, to create the new occurrences you so deeply desire. Not too bad for simply feeling good. Just remember, however fast your want comes is directly related to how fast and how permanently you can switch your focus off what is keeping you in a negative vibration and on where you want to go. No matter how dire your condition may seem at the moment, it is not permanently glued to you. You just have to decide what you want in place of your problem. Then provide the feel-good frequency that will give it birth. And please, don't beat up on yourself if you've got a barrel full of problems, and don't try to tackle them all at once by attempting to project an assortment of unbelievable wants. We all got ourselves into our various messes, and with some serious practice at taking control of our energy flow, we can all get ourselves out of them. Guaranteed. Insist to yourself that you will do whatever you can to find and maintain any amount of feel-good energy. And remember, the only power present conditions have over any of us is the power we give them. That's when we feel trapped, and quite frankly, we are. But no circumstances are beyond our control. What's going on in your world at this very moment doesn't mean a thing. It's only a result. That's all it is. No matter how unyielding conditions appear to be, you can always flow feel good, even feel better energy around them to change them. If you can know that in the deepest part of your being, the rest of this deliberate creation business will be a breeze. And that's the end of that little section. So we all have to do our best to trust that even just feeling a little better, putting ourselves in a better feeling place, is going to start shifting our vibration into a better place, and then a better place, and then a better place, and things will start turning around and get better. And the next section is called the Hi-Ho Silver Syndrome. See, I told you some of her things were corny. But anyway, here it goes. It's taken me longer than I care to think about to own up to the realization that it's not what I do that makes a difference in my life, but how I'm flowing my energy. I had always been a deep believer in action being the magic word, that nothing would come to me without great effort and exertion. The truth is that whatever it is we're wanting to fix, all the desperate things we think about doing will have precious little effect on influencing our experience. Nor does it matter how we do what we do, or how much or how often, since most of our doing is initiated out of negative, flap-around energy rather than inspired, breeze-along activity. Give us a situation we don't like, and depending on our nature, we do one of two things. We throw up our hands in frustrated resignation, bowing down to accept our fate, or we leap on our big white horse, as the Lone Ranger used to do, and gallop blindfolded, rather than masked, down the trail, bellowing, "Hi-ho, Silver, away!" to frantically search for some heroic action to overcome the dastardly injustice befallen us. Either way, all we're doing is blowing up bigger what we'd like to blow out of our reality. So let's take a look at this action business. I call it frantic action, the Hi-Ho Silver Syndrome, the need to do in order to fix. It's any type of activity we take with the closed valve. Most of the world will agree that it's only through doing that all things happen. Give us a problem and we hi-ho silver into frantic action, looking for ways to sell more, earn more, accomplish more to fix it. Yet deliberate creating is about flowing energy to attract, not about trying to push rivers upstream, which is hi-ho silvering. Hi-ho silvering never works. You just can't muscle into anyone else's world unless you've been vibrationally invited, any more than anyone can intrude on your world unless you've sent out the vibrational invitation. You cannot bulldoze something into place and get the results you truly want, no matter how hard you push and shove. Does this mean we stop doing? Of course not. We just substitute inspired doing for wasted doing by stopping our constant knee-jerk responses to everything. Then, with our focus held enthusiastically on what we prefer in life, the right moves to make come to us from a place of open valve inspiration. Action becomes a joy instead of a have to. Ideas abound. We open to the creative life force and find ourselves being led step by step, easily and flawlessly, to wherever it is we wish to go. The miracle has happened. We are no longer responders. We have become deliberate creators. And that's the end of that section. And that is an amazing place to be. When you're really a deliberate creator and you're fully aware of your vibration / how you're feeling and how you're flowing energy, and when you take control of that, wow, that is an amazing place. And I wish that for everyone. And the next section is called Bless Them All. Let's face it, we're always going to have contrast, meaning things we don't like. That's what we signed up for, and frankly, that's what we most enjoy. But whether it's Godzilla coming around the corner or a flea bite, no matter how bad or irksome the conditions may appear, they deserve no more of our attention than enough to warn us how we're flowing our energy. That's all. They are not the end of the line. When a feeling alarm rings in response to a condition, and you get that knee-jerk response to hi-ho silver into frantic action, just cool down and relax. That changes the thought, which changes the feeling, which changes the vibration, and allows the universe and your expanded self to take over. And so, contrary to popular belief, you do not have to get all your ducks in a row before allowing yourself to feel good. The only thing you have to do in regard to any condition is to stop looking at the fool thing, stop responding, and find a way to feel better. Habits of a lifetime and eons of inherited genes die hard. Just do your best to remember that whatever you're currently living is only the result of past energy flow. Then take a quiet step back from the immediacy of the situation to catch a glimpse of that broader view. Remember that needing something to change will always flow negative energy and hold you to it. Finding a way to become excited about what it will be changing into will flow positive energy and get the desired revision started. Stop being uptight over anything. Instead, tell yourself in all gentleness that however unpleasant the conditions may seem to you now, they are not going to control you. And that yes, you absolutely can find a way to open your valve in spite of what's happening, and you will. Then your answers will come, opportunities will come, and you'll soon find more ways to alter your situation than you can imagine. So bless the rotten conditions if you can, for without them you could not possibly know what you don't want. Cast your gaze to what can be rather than what is, and dive into all the wonderful feelings, not longings, of how fantastic it will be when you're there. Then what is there comes here. And that's the end of that chapter. And that's another way of saying if we keep focusing on what is, then we can attract what we want. But if we start focusing on what we want and get excited about it and feel good about it, then what we want will eventually become our what is. And that's amazing when that happens. So I hope you enjoyed that chapter. Please listen to it again because there was some great information there that's going to help you now and the rest of your life. And thanks for listening. I hope you have a high vibration day. And if you're interested in Law of Attraction coaching, I always offer a free mini phone coaching session. So you can find me at lifecoachdavid.com. Thanks for listening and enjoy.